I've been getting a lot of requests lately for folks moving into our area that are looking for a walkable community. So today I'm going to introduce you to the 8 parts of Brevard County that I think could qualify as a walkable community. So stick around. So when they say walkable, what exactly is it that they're looking for? Most of the folks want to be within a couple blocks, maybe a mile from a town center of some sort where there's shops, restaurants, maybe some businesses or things to do, parks and recreations, so they don't necessarily have to drive from their house. Starting at the north end of the county, we're going to Titusville. Historic Titusville. It is from Garden Street to South Street, along US 1 and east to the river. There's some great shops and restaurants here for you to explore. There is Space View Park that's along the river, and there is also the marina at Sandpoint Park. Linda Brewery has a great spot, has a great location there. Titusville also has a historic playhouse that has productions throughout the year. There are home sales in this area, and there's also condominiums in the area too. As we leave Titusville and head south on US 1, we're going to come to historic Cocoa Village right there at the 520 corridor. There are, just like Titusville, there are some great shops. There are some amazing restaurants. They have a couple breweries that you can choose from. There is the historic Cocoa Playhouse that has productions throughout the year. From time to time, Cocoa Village will have art shows or craft shows sponsored throughout the year. They have the occasional concert and street party. Cocoa Riverfront Park offers events throughout the year as well. What I love here at 4th of July, they have the Cocoa Symphony with the fireworks that are in unison. So it's cool to see both, listen to the live music and also have the fireworks that correspond with the show. So homes in and near Cocoa Village, they don't come on the market very often. There are a lot of homes here that were built in the earlier mid-1900s, so you're going to get an older home. And if you're looking for a condo in the Cocoa Village area, they have been selling the last 12 months anywhere from around $200,000 to over $800,000, which will be for the ones that are on the river. All right, so leaving Cocoa Village, we're going to be heading east on 520, heading to Cocoa Beach, Florida. And right there along the 520 corridor between the Banana River and the ocean, you've got a nice selection of shops and restaurants to choose from. And along A1A heading south of 520, you've got a lot of shops. You've got some great restaurants in there. You have retail. You have Winn-Dixie for groceries. Across the street, you have Ron John's and the Cocoa Beach Surf Company, which is a great tourist spot, but it's also a great place to get apparel and whatever you need for your beach visits. Just north of 520 is the Cocoa Beach Pier, and between the pier and Publix on the other side of A1A, you've got a lot of great shops and restaurants to go and visit, including everything that is on the pier. You've got the new fish camp that's kind of opened up across the street from the pier, and that Publix Plaza has several great restaurants for you to go enjoy, including the Tap House. So in this section of Cocoa Beach, from about 520 north to the Cocoa Beach Pier, you have a good selection of homes or condos for you to choose from. Houses could be dry lots, they could be canal front homes, they could be riverfront homes. And then the condominiums, you've got either riverfront condominiums, some of the dry ones, and then also you have all of the oceanfront condos that are along Ocean Beach Boulevard. Price point to live in this area, you can find a smaller condo behind the Publix to $1 million plus for either your riverfront or your oceanfront condominium. So Cocoa Beach has another section that I think is an excellent walkable community, and that is everything near downtown Cocoa Beach. So basically where A1A splits, which is 4th Street North or Kelly Slater Park, from there south of Minutemen Causeway is a fantastic walkable area that I've referred to from time to time as the Bermuda Triangle. In this part of town, you have beach accesses almost every block that'll take you public access to the beach. There are 40 plus restaurants and shops in this section of town as well. All right, so to live somewhere near downtown Cocoa Beach, you have a choice of, you've got riverfront houses, you've got canal front houses, you've got dry lots, there's oceanfront homes, plus condominiums that are also on the ocean, dry, or on the river, all the way up to multi-million-dollar oceanfront homes or condominiums. All right, from Cocoa Beach, we are going back to the mainland to talk about Viera, Florida. This is in North Melbourne and part of Rockledge is where Viera is at. It's actually a large homeowners association. It just depends on what section of Viera that you're living in, on whether you're Melbourne or Rockledge. It's a planned community, so everything about it is designed to be walkable. There's paths connecting all the subdivisions in the communities. There's lots of parks. There's lots of green spaces. And if you live near some of these commercial spaces in Viera, then you have the restaurants, shops, and retail to go and explore. So in East Viera, you have it where Morel and Viera Boulevard intersect. From there all the way over onto the west side where they have the new Publix, there's shops and restaurants all along Viera Boulevard. If you go closer to the avenues would be the next section that I would deem as being walkable if you want to be close to shops and restaurants. Otherwise, the rest of the communities of Viera are all connected with sidewalks and paths, so you have walking and green area all around you. So what can you expect if you're looking to make a move to Viera? You could still find some smaller condos under $200,000, but expect to spend between $200,000 and $400,000 on a condo or a townhome. There is plenty of new construction that's happening as well, and really just about any price point that you're interested in, they'll have options for you in Viera. So now that we're on the mainland, we're going to be heading south on US 1 once again until we get to Melbourne and the Gallie Arts District. This part of town is nicknamed EGAD, Gallie's Arts District, and it's a cool little area that's it's a couple blocks on either side of the Gallie Causeway between US 1 and the river. So you have a playhouse, you have the Arts District, there are art galleries all in this area off of Pineapple and the other streets that are in EGAD. You have some great shops, you have some great restaurants, you have the parks, you have the river. Price point here is similar to Cocoa Village. You do have some older homes. There's not as many properties for sale that are right there off of the Gallie Arts District, but there are some a little further out. Now we're going to be leaving this section of Melbourne and heading east along the Gallie Causeway back to the beach. And this section here of Indian Harbour Beach has, right along Gallie, you've got shops, you've got restaurants, you have parks. Just north of Gallie, you have Gleason Park. You have Mathers Bridge and Oars and Paddles. So if you like to paddle, you can launch your boat there. But if you're a runner or if you like to bike ride, Mathers Bridge will take you over to the very southern tip of Merritt Island, and you could run along South Tropical Trail or ride your bikes along South Tropical Trail. It's a beautiful place to go. On the east end of Gallie at Canova Beach Park, it is one area that you could legally take your dog to the beach. It's about an 800-foot wide section of leashed park. So if you're looking to live in this section of the beach near the Gallie Causeway, you could find a one-bedroom condo. You have riverfront houses, you have oceanfront houses, you have townhomes and oceanfront condominiums too. Continuing south on A1A, let's go explore Indialantic. This is right near the Melbourne Causeway or State Road 192. This section of town, Nance Park, which is right on the ocean, is a fantastic park. You got a playground for the kiddos. You have a very long boardwalk that gets you lots of beach access when the waves are breaking. This is an awesome spot to go surfing. Also in this area, Publix just opened up a mini store there, so it's a much smaller version of their bigger mainland stores. You've got Ace Hardware. You've got along Fifth Avenue, you've got some great shops and restaurants that go from there to the river. So in this section of beach, you can find condos or townhomes anywhere from about $200,000 to over $1 million. And single family homes you could find in the mid 300s up to multi-million dollars as well. And as we leave the beach, we're heading back to the mainland to historic downtown Melbourne. This, just like its counterparts near Gallie, Cocoa Village, or Titusville, definitely has that Main Street feel. You've got the angled parking along in front of the shops. You've got the very old architecture that has just some great characteristics. There are fantastic shops. There's fantastic bars and restaurants. You have the Henniger Center, so you have some arts and live shows that are going on. And also here, I didn't mention it around Gallie, but the causeways that connect the beaches to the mainland is a great spot for exercise. Whether I'm on the Gallie Causeway, which I should have mentioned when we were talking about EGAD, there are always people walking and running along the bridges up and over to the other side. And if you like to kayak, this section of Melbourne's kind of cool too. There is a kayak launch on the Crane Creek that you could of course explore the Indian River, but Crane Creek is a tributary. You can head inland and explore the little waterways through there too. Last time we went kayaking there, we saw several manatee in the water and a couple gators jumping in the water too. So this section of historic Melbourne, if you're looking to make a move, you've got some old historic single family homes, and of course a good selection of condos and townhomes too. So those are the 8 sections of Brevard that I think would be good starting points if you're looking for walkable areas. You could also expand on this too. So I was looking mostly within a couple blocks of those particular areas. If you're okay with a bike ride, that certainly opens up some options for you as well. If you're looking to be easy access to the beach, then anywhere along the A1A corridor would be a good place for you to look. The furthest part from your house to the beach is about 2 miles. Most of them are a mile or less. If there's some sections of Brevard County that you think are walkable that I didn't mention, I would love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment below. And if you have any questions about this video, I'm here to help. My name's Larkin. I am a real estate agent here in Cocoa Beach on the Space Coast, and I hear from folks like you every day that are making a move. So if you do have questions about an upcoming move, you can call me, you can text me, you can comment below. I'm on all these social media platforms. If you just want to go there and send me a direct message, that's awesome too. I'd love to hear from you. Plus, if you hung around this long in the video, you probably like what you're hearing. If you haven't done so already, you should definitely hit that subscribe button. Also queuing up 2 more videos for you to watch next about living here in Cocoa Beach and on the Space Coast. My name's Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you on the next show.